What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. Let's take a look at the charts. We're obviously always going to look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing. First, we're going to take a look at a few notes on Bitcoin that I wanted to share with you. During the time, we're also going to discuss what the Fed said yesterday regarding no cuts in March and how the market reacted to things and how I saw it personally because I listened to the speech. We're going to look at the DXY. We'll look at bond yields. I don't know if we're going to do altcoins today. Maybe we'll just look at total 3. And so without further ado, let's do this. I'm going to show you guys this. This is my alternate chart for Bitcoin. It's very similar to this one. It's just got a little less noise, so maybe you could see it a little better. We're in this pattern, aren't we? I mean, we're in this area right here, this region right here, between 44,754 and 40,000, really, essentially, right? A couple of fake outs to the top, fake outs to the bottom, but for the most part, right in here, right? That's more or less what it is in this channel, the higher part of this channel, but we didn't even reach the top part. Did we swoon down a little bit and just kind of play like this for February? Well, let's see. Let's take a look at what's going on, and I will talk when we get back to the charts of what the Fed said yesterday, Jerome Powell. All right. So first, regional banks, could they be in trouble? A day after Federal Reserve crushed investor hopes of a March interest rate cut, and a New York Community Bank Corp report fueled new fears about the regional banking industry's health. Okay, so their stock price fell 40%. The downturn occurred in response to the bank's decision to slash its dividend and report an unexpected loss in the fourth quarter. The ticker is NYCB. I never heard of this bank. Had acquired assets from the failed lender Signature Bank the previous year. The bank cited the need to build capital in anticipation of potential heightened regulations as a result of the dividend reduction. This move triggered negative sentiment in the market. This impacted other bank stocks. Well, let's take a look. Dow Jones, green. We're looking at the daily here. NASDAQ, green. S&P 500, green. All positive, all things that we want to see. Interestingly enough, look at this nice big red candle from the US dollar back down here. Okay, maybe after a day to chew on what the Federal Reserve said yesterday, maybe things aren't as bad. Maybe the regional bank things, but even then, that might just be a little overblown, and that might actually help Bitcoin. And apparently, everything that's all the news and information from yesterday and today, the markets are taking it pretty well the next day. From what I can see. And the DXY obviously is something that we want to see negative. Good, and it is. Government bond yields, 2-year yields, nice. We like that. 10-year bond yields, nice and red. We like that. It's good for the markets. Okay. So the Fed said that they weren't going to cut in March. I didn't think they were going to. I'm in the camp that they were going to do that probably in July. We'll see if that's correct. Now people are thinking maybe after March. I don't know when after March is their next meeting. I don't know exactly when that is. I'm going to say somewhere in July. I'm going to stick to that. Why not? But the market was expecting them, I guess, to cut earlier. I don't know why. Maybe not a whole lot of people, because really it was a whole lot of nothing. I mean, a little drop, but nothing really. Like we're seeing. We're basically in this channel, right? So nothing really happened per se after a good few days on an upward trajectory from its low of since January 23rd, basically. We've been going up, and now the last couple of days just kind of sideways. Maybe we hang out right around here for a little while. Maybe slowly grind up or slowly grind down. But either way, nothing out of the ordinary as far as I can see so far. All right, so that's the situation there. Let's go back to the news. And you know what? Actually, real quick, Jerome Powell. I thought what he said was pretty bullish because he said there's going to be cuts this year. He's going to be cuts this year, or he said something like every person in his group essentially wants cuts this year, but they're going to be data dependent. All that stuff that I said. The only thing that I was kind of really off on was them saying cuts. I thought that would be off the table, but apparently rate cuts are going to happen this year, and that's good. Usually 6 months after a rate cut is when things start going nice. So 6 months after the rate cut would be, if it's in July, then that would probably be in the beginning of 2025. Interesting, huh? All right, so that's that. Ali Martinez, this is a Twitter guy. Okay, his prediction for the market cycle peak, and they see it similar to me. A few people actually do. Ali Martinez believes that Bitcoin's next market peak is likely to occur April or October of 2025. According to him, notable aspects include post-halving corrections, aspect similarities in the previous peaks, significant rallies following previous halvings, and the duration of bull markets. Delving into the historical price patterns surrounding the halving events, his analysis revealed a consistent trend. Notably, the pundit pointed out that after the 2016 and 2020 halvings, Bitcoin experienced corrections of 30% and 7%, respectively, within a month. Additionally, he emphasized the notable post-halving rallies, citing instances where Bitcoin surged by 11,000%, 2,850%, and 700% following the 2012, 2016, and 2020 halvings. All right, so that's stuff that we could probably... History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So that's something that's probably going to be like that in our future. Further delving into historical price patterns, Martinez revealed a consistent trend in the duration of bull markets post-halving. As per his research, the bull markets after 2012, 2016, and 2020 halvings lasted 365 days, 518 days, and 549 days, respectively. And he has the peak being when? April or October of 2025. April, October 2025. All right, so more or less is what I thought towards the end of 2025. If these rate cuts do happen in July, then I would say towards the end of 2025. If they happen sooner, I would say closer to the beginning, or not as close to the end of 2025 as I thought. So it's a moving target. Okay, it's a moving target, just like the Bitcoin halving event is also a moving target. If you didn't know. All right, so that's interesting. It kind of goes in line with what I believe. All right, I usually say I'll start looking to sell probably like 200 days after the Bitcoin halving event, and according to him, these lasted 365 days, to 215, 218, 249. So pretty good. Obviously, you when you start selling, you always want to do it like how you came in, doing very small little sells, little buys, little sells at that point. All right, so cool. Things looking like they're lining up, guys. Nothing big surprise, nothing too surprising. If you watch my channel, you know this is more or less is how I see it as well. Okay, so the ETF multiplier effect. I thought this was kind of interesting. The marketing round recently improved spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds will lead to more capital flowing directly into Bitcoin than flowing into the ETFs, according to Swan Bitcoin CEO Corey Clapstein. He calls the phenomenon the ETF multiplier effect. Okay, so they go into the ETFs, they buy Bitcoin. They go directly to Bitcoin, they buy Bitcoin. So both of them, right, are gonna have good consequences for the price of Bitcoin, right? So that's something pretty interesting. Because of he goes on, he says, this guy clips in, because of the existence of the ETFs and the credibility of these large financial firms getting into the space and validating it in the eyes of investors, a lot more Bitcoin will be purchased through all the other sellers around the world, he said during an exclusive Coinbase interview. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of color to what this red and green chart and lines everywhere charts say. All right, closer we to that Bitcoin halving right here, boys and girls. April. This one says April 25th, but I'm not sure. We are around 70 something days, 74, 75 days. Let's check it out. Roughly 76 days. Is that right? How was it 75 days? 75 days. 75 days, 19 hours, 24 minutes, 30 seconds. All right, so pretty cool, guys. What else can I tell you? I think that's it. Looking like it's pretty boring. Obviously, looking for when things are pretty boring like this, that's when you should be buying. That's when you should be making moves. And when things are getting exciting and moving up, that's when you should be sitting on your hands, right? Until after the Bitcoin halving, like I said, around 200 days after, or if you want to push it 300 days or more. All right, total 3. Let's take a look at what's going on with that, so we get an general idea of what's going on with the altcoins. And I just added this line right here. Okay. As you can see, we're essentially in this line. Which direction are we going to go? My bias is towards the upside, but you never know. We could drop. Maybe we do go down here. I also adjusted this line. I also adjusted this line. It was too far out. I wanted to make my calculations a little better, and I'm always checking. And so I noticed that it was a little bit too far down, and this is much closer. So I mean, if it does drop, you know, we wouldn't be dropping too much. We still have support. I mean, today we'd have to drop to under 4.03. I don't see that happening. I think we're going to play here for a little while before we decide what direction to go. But again, my bias is towards the upside. What's Bitcoin dominance looking like? Okay, that's cool. Bitcoin dominance. Let's go, Bitcoin. We need Bitcoin to do Bitcoin things, because Bitcoin helps everything else go up in price. Okay, so that's why we're always checking Bitcoin, even though our interest might lie in altcoins. All right, there it is. What's CREDVELEZ doing? Coming back down to this line, but way up here though, huh? Interesting. I think this will be the bounce. I'm expecting some big things from this project, low cap CREDVELEZ. A lot of people are not a lot of people, but there are a good amount of people I think that I consider credible to be bullish. Cool, guys. I think that's it. All right. Bitcoin might be boring for a little while. I'm gonna try to find some data on the latest numbers regarding the ETF buys. Okay, and I'll try to report that information to you either here or my. Well, actually, if you guys speak English, then you don't care about my social media, because that's all in Spanish. Okay, guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, and doing that would really help and put me in front of more people, and help me grow this channel. All right. Hey, see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll take a look at altcoins. All right. Have a good one. Peace.